Well, for United States, I guess we have too much luxury, and we have too much luxury, we have too much freedom. People are not controllable because everybody is rich, everybody has mouth. You know what I mean? We have freedom of everything.
Right.
So, and even now, people don't care if you have to be fined. We're told to stay home if you're not an essential worker. Essential worker as in a police officer, a nurse, a doctor, pharmacist. However, we still have people on the streets. So by these, people are still spreading and they're dying. Well, coronavirus in Nigeria, we don't believe that it's really there because Nigerian population is just like New York. And truly, if coronavirus is there, trust me, we would have had cases more than United States.
Hello and welcome again to Legit TV. My name is Damilare Okola, and today we are speaking with a Nigerian lady, a woman who's in the United States. She's a registered nurse. She goes by the name Yetunde Ifelowo. She's one of those people who are at the forefront of this fight against COVID-19 in the United States. And she'll be sharing some of our experiences with us today as we ask her a few questions. And as we know that the United States has a lot of death cases from the COVID-19 disease already. So we'll be asking her quite a number of questions about this development there in the United States. So you're welcome to Legit TV, madam.
Thank you.
So how's it going? How are you coping with the pandemic in the United States, particularly you?
Well, we're dealing with it one day at a time. It is what it is. It is what we signed for as healthcare worker.
Right.
So it's just one day at a time.
Right. There are a lot of cases, death cases in the United States right now. How are people coping with that?
Yeah, there are a lot of cases. The number is really climbing. We have about 1,047 deaths in Maryland itself, and in US as a whole, we have 63,000 plus, and that's accounted for every day. And it is scary. It is scary to know that something is so close and so that can wipe away one's life. So, but like I said, it's the grace of God, and we're taking it one day at a time.
Okay, as a health worker who's at the forefront of this battle against COVID-19, could you share some of your experiences with us going to work from time to time? How have you been doing that?
Worker, we sign an oath, and for me, I'm a director of nursing, meaning that I'm a leader. I have to show leadership by example. I have to be here, and sometimes I believe my presence helps too. It's not like out you're back home, people stay home and you can't come. So we're fighting and staying together.
Can you also tell us some of the things patients go through, some of the symptoms of COVID-19, which many people already know, but those which you witnessed firsthand, can you tell us some of them as well?
Yes, COVID-19, some people have symptoms such as diarrhea, sore throat, fatigue, that is body weakness, body pains, coughing, dry cough, which is non-productive, and sometimes elevated temp. However, some people are not symptomatic. They are asymptomatic, meaning they have no symptoms. So we have some people tested with none, and trust me, they became positive when they were tested. So I think somehow it depends on the immune system of a person, so it just creeping. And there's some underlying causes, like if a person have cardiovascular issue like congestive heart failure, hypertension, if I have diabetes, and if they have any kind of form of respiratory disease like asthma, COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, that could prone someone to have that. And if you have a kind of illness that makes one to be immunosuppressants like HIV, AIDS, or sickle cell.
Okay, so there are also cases of health workers contracting this virus. Are you not scared?
Yeah, like I said, I did a presentation like 3 weeks ago. We signed up for this. It's like a military person who signed up for their country. They know at the end of the day they either survive it or they will die. So, as a nurse, there's a great benefit to being a nurse, as in you have a steady job and you can always get a job regardless of what. But
Right.
now, because of what is going on, this is the scary part of it, and people are dying. Trust me, people are losing their lives. Some people are contracting the disease COVID-19 and doing well, and some people and very critical.
Right. So are there maybe separate packages for healthcare workers, maybe hazard allowance and all of that? Are there separate measures being put in place for health workers, particularly at this period?
Well, for health workers, there was this as a pay that was instituted, and they would get like, if they're getting like $20 an hour, they will had like $10. However, they cut this based on, the more that the disease is progressing. So, but however, we have a side that we call a red unit. The red unit means that those people are really COVID positive. And those people who work there get more, up to like $10 or $7 added to their main hourly salary. And those who are working on the yellow units, which is people who are presumptive, having maybe one or two signs and symptoms and being observed, then they get like a little bit, money. So, but we are working on making everyone to have this as a pay because, we're all exposed.
Right. Okay, so do you have an idea? Maybe you want to explain to those who are watching why the United States has a very high number of death cases from this COVID. Do you have any idea why this is so?
Well, for United States, I guess we have too much luxury, and we have too much luxury, we have too much freedom. People are not controllable because everybody is rich, everybody has mouth. You know what I mean? We have freedom of everything.
Right.
So, and even now, people don't care. We have to be fined. We're told to stay home if you're not an essential worker. Essential worker as in a police officer, a nurse, a doctor, pharmacist. However, we still have people on the streets. So by these, people are still spreading and they're dying. So it's increasing the number because of our lack of obedience. The too much freedom that we have gets us in trouble.
Do you see this number of deaths decreasing anytime soon? Do you see this curve coming down, like being flattened in the United States?
Well, currently, if you look at New York, first it was going rapidly, increasingly, but right now I think it's plateauing down. So I'm thinking there's hope for it, and hope horizon right now, because they're working aggressively to find a medication and injection to help. But the problem is the ignorance of people. We now want them to go forward with some of this, medications or injections that will be initiated. So there will still be more death because of ignorance.
Okay, do you also know about other Nigerians who are living in the United States who are also at the forefront of this fight against COVID-19? How are they faring? How do we have developments about some of them?
Well, I know a couple of Nigerians. I work with them. I have colleagues outside my job that I work with as well. However, Nigerians are the most educated in United States, and even in Nigeria, we are very educated.
Right.
But one thing that is killing me with Nigerians, we're very ignorant. It's like we have the book foundation, but we have these other myths that we believe in, and it makes us sometimes to be careless. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to protect yourself for you not to get this disease. However, some of them already signed up not to come to work, so they stay home, and some of them are working. Like, you know what? I'm a trooper. I'm gonna face this as a trooper.
So some people don't go to work.
Well, some people
I
just
see.
take themselves off
Health workers, I mean.
instead of as well. Those who are really scared or who have underlying diseases or who are treating people who are sick in the house, they choose not to come. They got doctor's notes, and a doctor will give them 14 days because they have to treat or take care of their loved ones at home, and they're not here.
Okay, what's the general perception about the COVID-19 in Nigeria out there? How are people seeing it from outside the country? I mean, especially in the United States. What do they think about coronavirus in Nigeria out there?
Well, coronavirus in Nigeria, we don't believe that it's really there because Nigerian population is just like New York. And truly, if coronavirus is there, trust me, we would have had cases more than United States. Because United States is more equipped than Nigeria. And we don't have a very high, stable, functioning hospital that needs to really treat COVID-19. So all this set up by the Chinese people coming in, in one day we have a case. Who would really take care of these people? Who are the nurses? Which hospital were they in? How many days were they in the hospital? So to me and some others, Nigerians, we do not believe that Nigerian has the case. I think because of the herbs and home remedies that we're taking, I think it really helps. And this very virus doesn't survive on the heat. So maybe that could be an advantage.
Mm.
But in USA, the Nigerians here, trust me, we know it's real. People are scared. We lost 5 Nigerians in one day, 2 weekends ago, to COVID complications.
That's terrible. All right, it's been a very great time having you talk to us about coronavirus from the
Thank
United
you.
States. Is there any other thing you want to tell us that I did not probably put forward?
So what I would tell people out there is please, please, please stay home. If you have no business going out, you need to stay in your house. You need to do hand washing, hand washing, hand washing. People tend to be wearing gloves. Sometimes the gloves is a way of spreading the disease as well because you're not changing the gloves every little time. So please, if you have to blow your nose, blow into a tissue paper and discard it into a trash, not on the floor, not on the surface. Try as much as possible not to touch surfaces and try as much as possible to distance yourselves. And like I said earlier on, Nigerian, we have a population that's, will tend to be close. I've seen a lot of riots, a lot of protesting that people are very close to each other. So maintain social distancing and any gathering shouldn't be more than 10 with space in between you guys. And please stay safe. COVID is real and it's really killing. And it
Right.
depends on the individual.
There's a question that just popped up in my head right now. What are some of those things that medical practitioners out there treating those with COVID-19 out there? I mean, people have said chloroquine, series of drugs, several medications here and there. So what are people using? What are you guys using out there to probably treat some of these people?
So currently we are using hydroxychloroquine to treat for 5 days. So the first 2 days we're using 400 milligram, and the next 3 days we 400 milligram 2 times a day, and then it's decreased on the third day to 200 milligrams three 3 days, 2 times a day. So in total, we have twice a day for 5 days. The first 2 days being 400 milligram. And in conjunction with that, we add in Zitromax. And Zitromax is very good for upper respiratory infections. So we add in Zitromax 500 milligram to that for 5 days. And we're observing them and doing the attempts every shift or as needed to make sure, there's no other kind of symptoms coming up.
So you're,
So in echo,
yes,
well,
please go on.
and currently they have this medication, remdesivir, is an antiviral drug that they just came up with for those people who have chronic or severe, that have severe symptoms related to this COVID. It's helping in a way, however, they still need to review it, to make sure it's really going to work on everyone. And even the hydroxychloroquine and the Zitromax is not working for everyone. And really, they're really thinking and deliberating over it if they really have to use it because of the major side effects that comes with it.
Okay, I believe you're at work right now.
Yes.
So I think I should allow you to go back to work already.
That's okay. I'm good.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
good.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
time. Thank you for
No
having
problem,
us.
sir. And you, no
Hopefully we'll
problem.
get to talk to you some other time. Please stay safe out there and fine.
Okay. Thank you so much. And you have a great day.
Yes, I will.
Bye.
Bye.